Rocktagon 27 rolls on. 140-pound action. We send it up to Jake Digman to bring out our first fighter.
The following contest is a catchweight bout in the Rocktagon MMA flyweight division, and it is brought to you by Self-Defined Clothing. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Cody Lewis.
Cody Lewis from Team Griffin Raw, Menor, Ohio, makes his way out to the cage. Cody Lewis comes in with an 0-2 record, looking for his first victory here. 26 years old. And he's trained jiu-jitsu for 3 years, and he's had opportunities in both of his first 2 fights. Lost them both by decision, had opportunities in both those fights to win by submission. Very dangerous jiu-jitsu player. And in talking to Cody before the fight about how to turn the 2-fight losing streak around and get in the win column, he said he has to stop playing off his back, and that's a common thing that happens for jiu-jitsu guys. They get in, they want to play jiu-jitsu, and before they know it, especially in the amateurs, those 3 rounds are up. Interesting, Cody Lewis and his opponent, as he said, they're acquaintances. They know each other. They've seen each other fight. They've been at each other's fights. Both guys local here in the Cleveland area. I wouldn't say there's bad blood, but these two certainly know each other. As Cody Lewis heads into the cage, front roll, and let's bring out his opponent.
And his opponent, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Deeb the Wolf Kaddah.
Deeb Kaddah, the Wolf, fighting out of the Wrestling Factory in Cleveland, Ohio. 21 years old. Comes in with a record of 1-1. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Outdoor Option. Cody Lewis, 6 years the elder of Deeb Kaddah. Kaddah with a 2-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. Deeb Kaddah, I talked to him about how he approaches his fight with Lewis since they are familiar with each other. And he said he's going to wing it. He said, I don't have game plans. But after working with the Wrestling Factory, he feels confident in his stand-up. And they believe he will get the knockout tonight. That comes from Deeb Kaddah's corner. So look for Deeb Kaddah. Oh, he's a wrestler. Look for him to come out. A lot of times wrestlers who train their hands, they get more comfortable with their hands. They want to come in and test those hands. And this might be the time where Deeb Kaddah tries to do that. Very interesting matchup between 2 guys hungry to get a win here.
The following contest is a catchweight bout in the Rocktagon MMA amateur featherweight division, and it is brought to you by Self-Defined Clothing. Introducing first in the red corner, he fights out of Jefferson, Ohio. He weighed in at 140 pounds, representing Team Griffin Raw with an MMA record, 0 wins, 2 losses. Please welcome Cody Lewis. And his opponent in the blue corner, he fights out of Westlake, Ohio. He weighed in at 139.5 pounds, representing the Wrestling Factory with an MMA record, 1 win, 1 loss. Please welcome the Wolf, Deeb Kaddah. This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the action begins, your referee is the meat cleaver, Forrest Petz.
Set for catchweight action, 140 pounds. We've got Cody Lewis, blue intimidation fight trunks with the white trim, and Deeb the Wolf Kaddah, black bad boy spandex. Forrest Petz is the 3rd man in the cage. I'm Ryan Kavanaugh, and I am joined by a special guest, Victor Ventresca, a man who literally has been around the fight game forever. Victor, thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
Right away, Cody Lewis comes out, takes center cage. Deep Kaddah from the Wrestling Factory. I mentioned in the open, Victor, that Kaddah in the black has been working on his hands, and I look, you know, when guys work on their hands, they get more confident and they come out and want to test those hands.
Right, it looks like these guys come from good camps that are here out of Cleveland, Ohio, and they both have good coaching staffs behind them. So it's interesting to see these guys progress as they go through their careers as amateurs. So we're seeing a nice tie-up here right now.
And Cody Lewis now looking for that ever painful left hook to the thigh. If you can't find a place to hit him anywhere.
Right, a lot of times you're looking for opportunities to score points so the judges see that you're active and you're trying to open up something else for an attack.
That's an excellent point. You're landing. It doesn't matter where. Those should be points that are scoring. The fighters separate. Kaddah takes center cage. A Superman punch attempt by Lewis. And Kaddah might have caught him on the way in, and Lewis is hurt. Lewis answers with a right hand, though.
Looks like he recovered.
Yeah, certainly. It looked like he got caught after that Superman coming in. And those short punches can be dangerous.
Yeah, especially when you get caught on the tip of your jaw, right in the button there. You could get a flash knockdown easily and still make it recover quickly, though. So it's important for the referees to be aware of that and kind of watch the action without jumping in too soon.
And so far in the stand-up, Kaddah is channeling, maybe he's inspired by the referee Forrest Petz because he's landed 4 or 5 body shots. What some think is a lost art in MMA, and it's what Forrest Petz made his name off of.
Right. The meat cleaver was really, really good at that, and as I know myself from being in the gym with him, but yeah, it is a lost art, and it certainly pays dividends in a fight.
Right now it's Cody Lewis, 0-2, looking for his first win, who's pressing Kaddah up against the cage, and the fighters separate. Right hand. Lewis is using that overhand right to
he's leading in with it a little bit is what he's doing, which is nice. It's a good technique as long as he keeps his hands up as he moves in.
Again, but you know, for Kaddah, this is only the first round, except for 3-minute rounds in the amateur division. And if he keeps doing that, Kaddah will be able to time that and anticipate that. Because so far, every time he's wanted to engage, it's that big right overhand, and that's a takedown by Kaddah.
Good position against the cage to secure that takedown. Very patient.
35 seconds left in the round. It's like Kaddah wanted to do something to. And look at
watch that armbar. He got out.
Cody Lewis, very adept at jiu-jitsu. Before this fight, you know, he's 0-2, Victor, and I mentioned what do you want to do to get that win. He goes for the armbar again. And he said, I have to stop playing off my back. Here he is again, though, but he's very active, swinging those legs around, looking for that armbar, and he goes for it again.
Right, he's definitely putting himself in a good position and not just fighting off his back, he's actually attacking off of his back. So if you're going to do that and put that in your game, I mean, as a referee and as a jiu-jitsu practitioner myself, you know, it's all about the hips, it's all about your position and continually moving. So he's very active with that, and we like to see that. That's where you're going to get the points.
Unfortunately for Lewis, I'll put you on the spot as my partner for this fight. Who do you give that round to, especially when you look at that takedown in the last 30 seconds by Kaddah?
You know, again, it was a very close round as far as cage presence is concerned, but it was close enough that there's no real damage done outside of that glancing blow that he suffered on the way in. Some of the judges may look at it that's going to go to the blue corner.
Yeah, Kaddah.
Kaddah's points in that sense.
Sure.
But it's hard to say. Cody did finish the round attacking off his back, and even though Kaddah got the takedown, it certainly was an equal exchange as far as that goes in my mind.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent job by Mike Camp matching these two up. They're very similar fighters. At this stage of the career, I think they're at about the same level. Good matchmaking.
I agree. Yeah, sometimes we fail to realize when we see a takedown, if the fighter that secures the takedown doesn't get anything points-wise off him, or get any strikes off, but the person that is on his back is fighting, it's an equal exchange. And the ref may look to stand him up, and really no points have been scored either way.
Sure. I've had the discussion with your officiating partner, Forrest Petz. I am wrong about that all the time when the judges come out with the cards. They seem to favor those takedowns. But Lewis opens up with a nice outside leg kick and another one. That's 3 consecutive leg kicks, and that's a way to take away the explosiveness of a wrestler like Kaddah.
True that. He's going to have to start cutting an angle a little bit. He's coming straight in with those leg kicks, and he's really exposing himself to a right hand. And I think Kaddah's going to see that if he comes straight in again with that leg kick. There's a jab to keep him away. He's looking to go right down the middle, which is a way to keep him off. Those are good punches.
Lewis comes out in the second round with a lot of pep in his step, bouncing around, more active on his feet.
He is. He's a little wild, but he's working good.
Lands a leg kick, but that was as Kaddah was coming in.
Time
and he gets
to take down. It's good.
And let's see if Lewis is able to continue to stay active on the bottom and get those hips moving. Interesting story for you, Victor. After the last fight of Cody Lewis, Kaddah saw him outside and said, you know, there's more submissions than just an armbar. And Lewis said, I got salty over it, but it's not a big deal. And now he looks to be locking up another submission, a triangle.
He certainly is. He's got that arm there also. It's possibly maybe able to switch off to that. We'll see where he goes with it. He's going to have to get an angle on this to secure it.
He's got to pull
starting to turn his body out to the side, but he's got to go in the opposite direction. Now he's going for that arm.
And he wants to pull that left arm across.
Exactly, and pull down on the head. Right now he's getting stacked. It looks like the legs are broken. He needed to turn the opposite direction that he was going, and that would have secured him that triangle. He's still staying active right now from the bottom. It's a good exchange with both fighters.
As far as being inside the cage there in a situation like that, who's expending more energy? Is it Lewis looking for the triangle or Kaddah defending it?
You know, in a situation like that, it's a little bit of equal. When both guys are forced to change their positions and attack and counter, attack and counter. So I look at that as an even exchange, as long as he doesn't get wrapped up too tight. And he's going forward again. Really, what Cody needs to do is cut an angle a little bit. And Kaddah is really kind of needs to posture up. There he's past his guard. Cody's brought him out. Now he's got his back. So this has changed positions completely.
Two hooks in. This is
he's got both hooks in. Looks to control him.
It looks like Kaddah wants to flatten him
out
out
here,
there.
I see this happen a lot where a guy will cross his legs, and I'm surprised that Lewis is not taking advantage of it. He's opening him up right now, but there is an easy submission that's accomplished by doing that.
Lewis gets out. Yeah, that's jiu-jitsu 101. When you have a guy's back, don't cross your legs.
I think you learn that lesson when a coach or somebody in the gym and his training partners puts it on you and gets that crank on the shin.
Sure. That's the end of round one, which we see Kaddah ending up on top, landing some punishment on Cody Lewis.
Both guys look like they're in good condition. You know, again, compliments to their coaching staff and the camps they're from. I know a lot of good guys that have come out of Jason Dent's camp, and the Wrestling Factory's been making an impact on the scene locally the last few years. And I don't know who their striking coach is. I know they got a great wrestling program. I met some of the coaches over there. Mike Kilsicki, I guess, is one of them. But nevertheless, so it's good to see these local guys getting a chance to show off their skills.
Certainly, and you know that again. We saw Cody Lewis open up with some leg kicks to start the round. We saw Cody Lewis actually come closer to finishing the fight with that triangle attempt, and then we saw Kaddah get the takedown. I'm putting you on the spot again. Who do you score round two for? Even though it doesn't count, you're not one of the judges, but who do you score that round to?
You know, again, it's a pretty even exchange. The way I see it, though, I mean, again, looking as far as crispness and ring control, when the exchange at the bottom, when the submission doesn't really get you completely in trouble and you're defending, I look at that as an even exchange. We did see some crisp jabs from Kaddah. We also saw a takedown. So based on that, even though nothing's really changed that much, again, close round, but I might give it to the blue corner.
Here he goes. So
round three.
My partner, Victor Ventresca, has it. 2 rounds in on Kaddah. Round 3, 3 more minutes to decide a winner. Cody Lewis, blue shorts, white trim. Zib Kaddah, black fight shorts. It's Lewis who looks for a takedown. Kaddah opened up with the right hand. Lewis did not like it.
Cody's got to get back to a better stance and really start being more disciplined. He's kind of opened himself up a little bit. That's just my opinion, but you can see how he's kind of on the defense, running backwards. He needs to make a stand and find where he's comfortable, find that place where he can defend himself and start changing the momentum to an attack. Right now, he's coming forward without any real plan. Kaddah looks for the takedown, got it. Again, a timing thing.
Second round was Cody Lewis came out with the leg kicks, more aggressive striking. Third round, Kaddah comes out and says, I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to impose my will standing, and then followed it up with a nice takedown, taking the dominant position. Great game plan and adjustment in between rounds there by Deep Kaddah.
But I think what's happening here too again is these guys are going into the third round, they're getting into deep water, and this is where your training really going to fall into place. We have that triangle attempt again. He's got a block on it. If you see his right arm is blocking, he's got to watch this and switch into a normal colada, but I don't see the triangle. Maybe.
What does he have to do here to finish this hold?
Adjustment there. He's making an adjustment. Looks like he's turned to the side. He may have to go. It depends how good of a. Oh, well, he's off that arm bar right now. There's a transition.
As I mentioned, he said there's more than one submission than an arm bar.
Over the top. He's not doing it. Lewis is going to have to make his adjustment.
He's cranking it.
Now he's got it.
And he's got it. Armbar win. Cody Lewis. Almost a minute and a half into the third round, Cody Lewis records his first mixed martial arts victory by armbarring Deeb Kaddah. And he did it transitioning from the triangle to the armbar.
Very nice transition and well schooled. Good to thanks for having me. I'll see you at a couple of rounds here.
At a couple fights, Victor. You are more than welcome. Forrest will keep your seat warm for you. And the pleasure was all mine. Thank you for your insight.
We got a good night ahead of us.
Absolutely. So far, finishes. We've got a knockout. We've got a submission. As we take a look at the handiwork of Cody Lewis. Triangle, rolls into the arm, positions it. And he's working it, he's cranking the arm. Watch him take the left leg, put it across the face of Kaddah, and that is a wrap. Straightens it out, Kaddah is trying to fight it, but here comes the tap. Cody Lewis is your victor. Let's make it official and send it up to Jake Digman.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner at 1 minute and 34 seconds of the third round by armbar submission, Cody Lewis!
I'm here with your winner, Cody Lewis. And Cody, excellent jiu-jitsu skills. You transitioned from a triangle into the armbar. Did you feel like you had an advantage once you got him on the ground?
I think a little bit. His wrestling was solid. You could tell he worked really, really hard in what he was doing. I just got kind of a little bit lucky, that's all.
I would say it's a little more than just luck what you did out there. Where do we go from here? You're now 1-2.
I want to thank James and Rocktagon for just giving me the opportunity. I'd love to fight again. So, yeah.
That's great. We'd love to have you. One more time for your winner,